David. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our winter quarters. You all are the first guests to see this behind-the-scenes look at our brand new show, Built to Amaze. And behind the scenes is what the show is all about. We have, for the first time, we're creating a show where audiences will actually get to see the show being built and constructed before their very eyes. We know children love the way things are built, and they're always fascinated on how things work. So we thought, what better concept to bring to Ringling Brothers than this idea of building something and building a circus on top of all of that. We have over 110 performers, close to 100 animals, and our performers are from 17 countries around the world that represent this show, and it truly is going to be Built to Amaze.
Thanks, Alana. That was a great overview. We also have assembled, in addition to assembling the best talent from around the world, and like Alana said, there's over 100 different performers. They're a young and vibrant cast, but we also have a very young and vibrant creative team. And you're going to get to meet our director, Brian Mullis, here today, and our choreographer, Kevin Wilson, as well as our amazing costume designer, Greg Poplick. And Ryan is, I think, actually we're sure, the youngest director in the history of The Greatest Show on Earth. And he is an overgrown kid himself. And what he brings to this particular production is really, really spirited energy, a really youthful and vibrant approach, and the show has a lot of whimsicality to it. You're also going to see that from each and every one of our performers. So without saying too much more, we'd like to give you a very special behind-the-scenes look at Ringling Brothers Barnum Boys, Built to Amaze.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to engineer some excitement? I said, are you ready to see a circus that's built to amaze? Yeah! Alex, Arena, this is a big job and I need your help. I'm appointing you two as my superintendents of the Super Spectacular. Make sure the backstage is ready to rock this place. Oh yeah! Partner it does, ladies and gentlemen. For the circus train just got into Tampa, Florida. And as you can hear, we're not completely ready for you. But are you ready for us? I said, are you ready for a circus that is built to amaze? Lots to feel, excitement's growing, the seats are filled. You won't be everyone is here. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, Nicole Feld and Alana Feld are proud to present Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. You gotta build this circus, build it fast with the strong foundation, so built to last. Build this circus, build it together. We'll make the circus today. Feel the rhythm of these hammers swinging. Hear the songs, sweet and singing. The nuts and bolts are nice and tight, so we'll be ready to make it right. You gather the greatest crew to construct the greatest show on earth. Oh, you gotta build this circus, build it fast with a strong foundation, so it's built to last. Build this circus, build it together. We'll make the circus
To Amaze is all about playing upon kids' fascination with how things work, with the behind-the-scenes kind of aspect of life, and that kind of construction, sort of inner workings, imaginative play that we hear so much about with kids. And so everything from start to finish is just non-stop energy. And at the Greatest Show on Earth this year, you know, and what goes into building the Greatest Show on Earth and how we get amazement is we're building thrills, we're building comedy, we're building amazement, we're building excitement. So all of these, you know, adjectives are being explored here before your very eyes.
I know there's a lot of talk in entertainment today that everything is about social media and virtual reality and video games, and Circus is in a lot of ways the complete opposite of that. It's something, you know, very physical and real. So I'm wondering, how today do we capture the attention of kids who are used to twittering all through a movie? How do we capture their attention of something that's real and happening in front of them?
That's a great question, and one of the biggest challenges in creating the Greatest Show on Earth today and for this generation is understanding just how smart kids are today. I mean, the 7-year-old 10 years ago, 15 years ago is not the 7-year-old of today. They're smart, they've done a lot of research before they come to the show, they know what's out there, and like you said, they live in a special effects kind of world. And we are the ultimate reality experience. Everything here is real, and so what we've done is we've taken traditional circus acts and the traditional styles of what parents and people love about the Greatest Show on Earth, but combined it with what's appealing for kids today. So, you know, for example, when you see the King Charles troupe that's performing behind me, these are, you know, guys that play basketball on unicycles. Kids can relate to this. They understand what a basketball game looks like, and it's even more amazing the fact that these guys are doing this on one wheel. You know, when you see this high wire act, we try and explain to the audience just exactly what they're seeing. We have a gentleman, Mustafa Dangweer, on the high wire. He's 25 feet in the air, and he jumps over 4 of his comrades. And it's on a wire that's no thicker than your thumb. And I think when kids can understand that, they can get behind the amazement, and I think that's exactly what this show tries to do.
You guys are really known for going around the world and finding exotic acts and bringing them here to America. I'm wondering if there's an international act that you've added to the show this year that you're particularly excited about.
Yeah, we have acts from over 70 countries here at the Greatest Show on Earth this year, including the United States of America. One of the acts I would say that I think I'm most excited about are two performers from Russia, Alex and Emily. And they are what I would call, they're comedic eccentrics. They have incredible chemistry. They have the ability to play large in this very big space. Whether you're sitting in the first row or you're sitting, you know, in the highest row of the rafters, you can understand what they're trying to communicate to you. And they are truly unique. And in all my years of doing this, I've never met performers that are so funny. They're so talented. They work with animals, and we're able to really carry their and tell their story throughout the production.
Sure. I'm Greg Public. I'm the costume designer for Built to Amaze, which is my second circus, and having a great time. It's a ta-da moment. It's all based on construction themes and the performers' athleticism and just a big sort of powerful, splashy show. So what we've done in the costumes is sort of built clothes that have a construction theme to them, but have all the Ringling sparkle and the sequins, and pound for pound, the best looking show around.
So give me an idea of the scope of this. How long does it take to put this together? How many costumes do you have on this show? How many people do you have working with you on your team?
Close to 300 costumes. We begin in March with, you know, putting the show together and meeting the directors, figuring out what they want. Then we get the acts involved and figure out what acts will be on the circus, what their needs will be, what animals, because it's one of the few jobs where you costume animals. So it's a non-ending thing, and we're finally done the day before we open. It changes and flows that much.
What is the difference between designing costumes for a circus versus for a more traditional theater
Just
production?
finished the Broadway show. Big difference. This is about the athleticism of the performer. Broadway shows are about storytelling and song. With dance, this is all about allowing the performer to show off the skills that make it the greatest show on earth. So it's all about highlighting the body, making sure that they can do exactly what they need to do, making sure that they're safe, but free, and it so has the Ringling Brothers to God.
Are there technical issues or certain materials that you can or can't use?
On some of the shows, for instance, we use a plexiglass, almost like a set piece that they use. So they can't have anything that scratches the plexiglass. They have to be able to be flexible. They have to have wrists free so that, you know, if one performer grabs the other's arm, like in the trapeze act or a high wire, they can't have things on the shoulders. Each act has their own requirements, and that becomes sort of like the first level of the design. And then you sort of adjust to try and get that and the idea of the overall circus working together. That's my job.
Do you have a personal favorite among any of the designs that you've done this year? Anything that really stands out?
And they're changing. It all depends on what I'm fitting and what performer I'm talking about.
Sure.
It's your children. You can't have a favorite.
Great.
They're all my favorites.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Kevin Wilson. I am the choreographer of Built to Amaze here at Ringling Brothers of Barnum Boys Circus. I started as a dancer and I performed and traveled the world with artists such as Janet Jackson, Cher, Britney Spears, and then I started to do television shows. I've done a lot of film also. As a choreographer, I worked on So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, America's Got Talent, things like that. And that culmination of my career has brought me here to Ringling Brothers of Barnum Boys Circus.
So from the preview we just saw, it seems to be a really high energy, youthful show. Give me an idea of some of the dance styles that we're going to see in the show this year.
This year you'll see hip-hop, you'll see jazz, you'll see some capoeira, things like that, some stomp-esque type movement. We really wanted to push the envelope with choreography because dance is such it's enveloped in our culture with television shows such as So You Think You Can Dance. We really wanted to make sure the choreography was current and hip, and this is choreography that you could see on any stage with any pop artist.
How many dancers are there on the tour?
There are 17 dancers all together, and this year what's really exciting is we were able to get guys to be in the show. So we have 4 male dancers, and they play a role called the Barnum Boys, which is kind of like these B-boys in the show. So we're really excited to have some male energy in the show.
It's got to be a punishing schedule, you know, doing shows, traveling from town to town. What is the daily regimen like for the dancers so that they can stay in shape?
Well, this is the hardest process, this rehearsal process. We have 7 weeks, which is called winter quarters, and this is where the days become long because we're setting the show. Once the show is up and running, they get out on the road, and it's more a vigorous performance schedule than a rehearsal schedule. They don't have to rehearse as much, but the dancers, as of now, are rehearsing about 8 hours a day.
Wow. I'm curious what it's like as a choreographer working not only with dancers, but integrating that with the other specialty performers and the animals especially. What kind of things do you have to keep in mind as a choreographer when integrating all these different disciplines?
That's a great question. To be able to work with the animals, obviously the animals here have the right of way, you know, especially the elephant.
Elephants coming through, everyone
Exactly.
get out. Yeah.
So the thing is, but as a choreographer, it's interesting for me. I work with the animal department, the animal trainers, and work hand in hand with them to decide patterns that work for the animals, because we really make sure here at Ringling and Barnum Bailey Circus that animals are taken care of in a way that if something isn't working choreographically that scares them or makes them a little timid, then I have no problem changing that as a choreographer.
Great. So the rehearsal process here is wrapping up. The tour is going to start. What's next up for you?
Next, I go home and I have a job of going to Hawaii for about 2 weeks, and I'm putting a show up there. And then as the year goes about, I have some things in the future. I am very excited to be here. Cher's in Russia right now doing a show. I will be there with her, but I'm here now. So hopefully next year we'll have some exciting things happen.